Hi guys, it's my chit chat, the chit chat with the Lebeta One of Sports. My name is Idafi Matthew Esiogene, and it's late, but we had to go all the way to Brazil. It's actually past 8 p.m. in Nigeria. That means it's going to be past 4 p.m. in Brazil. And I'm heading to Rio, I guess. And, the story we've all had here is that Mikel Obi was about to sign for Botafogo, a Brazilian club, a very traditional club in Brazil. And we were hoping that that deal was going to go through one way or the other. But then somewhere we heard stories that the deal had crashed. I have with me a friend all the way from Brazil, Emanuelle Ribeiro, and she's going to break it down. She works with TV Globo, and she's going to break it down. When I was in Brazil in 2014, actually, I did a few work with TV Globo. They were fantastic. They're one of the biggest brands in South America when it comes to entertainment, sports, and all. They've got some of the most brilliant minds and most beautiful presenters over there. And if you're online, you can follow them and see. So let me bring on board my friend, Emanuelle Ribeiro. Emanuelle, you're welcome to my chit chat.
Hello, Daph. Thank you.
So how are you doing? How is Brazil?
Brazil, I think it's like all the world now. And in this moment, we are just taking care, and all people are doing home office. Just hospitals and another essential service are working, and we are just working for this crisis just pass. Yes.
Okay, so January, just a few months ago, Giovanni Eba, the former Brazilian national team player, the former Bayern Munich player, was in my studio, was in this studio in January. He came in with the Bundesliga trophy, and we had a good time. And we're talking about Brazilian football and how, you guys are going through a phase, rebuilding and all that. How soon do you think Brazil can produce another set of players like the team you had in 94 or 2002 that will rule the world again?
Yeah, I think so. Brazil, it's a very producer of good players. Yes, it's a big producer. But in this moment, we see our clubs just looking after some players around the world too. It just happened with Botafogo. The club is looking for players around the world. And in Brazil, the clubs are just worried about form, yes, about make good players. But I think the investment now is not good enough. And it was because that we can't make a good team like we did in 2002 and in the last century, because today we have a lot of players.
Okay, yeah. But recently what I noticed is that young Brazilian players are going to Europe too soon. Now, back in the day, your players used to be very solid, very good before they come to Europe, like Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Romario, Bebeto, all of these players. But all of a sudden, look at, there is Martinelli in Arsenal. These young players, they just come out of Brazil. They've not even learned the Brazilian way, and they are going to Europe. So when they go back to Europe, Brazil, they can't play samba, they can't play the jenga. So do you think that's a problem for the Brazilian national team?
Yes, certainly. Because how you said, today our players are going to Europe with 18, 17, 16 years, and before our players played in Brazil until 25 years, for example, and they made their name before here in Brazil. For them, they play and make successful in the Europe and in the world. And when they go to Europe, yes, I think they lost something about their football, because it's another school. In Brazil, you have this of the enjoy of play, and I think they lost it a bit because they can't play along here in Brazil. And we can see about in our national team a lot of players that went soon to the Europe, and lots of Brazilians can't see they playing here, and lots of fans don't know how they play because they don't watch another. Sorry.
No, no problem. Go ahead.
Yes, yes, because they don't watch another championships around the world. I think it's a problem.
Okay, so this is something that also bothered us because majority of Nigerians love Brazilian football and we follow Brazilian players. And recently the news broke that one of the biggest stars to come out of Brazil, and he actually played youth competition in Nigeria 99. I'm talking about Ronaldinho, was arrested in Paraguay and was in jail for 30 days. But when I was in Brazil in 2014, I was told that if you have a Brazilian passport, you can travel around South America with a Brazilian passport. So what happened that led to Ronaldinho getting a fake Paraguayan passport, and then it was locked up for 30 days?
Yes, Ronaldinho said that this passport was gave to him, and he didn't know it was false because he is a citizen from Paraguay too. But the police is investigating, I think, a lot of things behind this false passport, because you are true, you are right. We need just our document, or a regular document from Brazil to travel around the South America. We don't need a passport to do it. And Ronaldinho did it with a false passport. Now he was released. He is in home prison, but the police is investigating, and in Paraguay they think that Ronaldinho is involved in other crimes, and we don't have a lot of information about it because it just started with this false passport.
Okay, now talking about Ronaldinho, there is also the news that has been going around in Nigeria, in the whole of Africa, that one of the brightest talent to come from Africa, one of the brightest and the most talented player from Nigeria, John Obi, who played very many years with Chelsea, also went to play in Turkey, and it was at the Rio Olympics when Nigeria won bronze miraculously, and he's also won the African Nations Cup for Nigeria in 2013. We heard that one of the clubs that you follow, that you report, Botafogo, wants to sign him, and then all of a sudden the deal did pull through. Emanuelle, can you please explain to me what happened with the Mikel Obi deal?
Yes, Botafogo started a negotiation with Mikel before the coronavirus crisis, but it is paralyzed now because all the things are happening in the world, and it was just a beginning of conversation. Some agent offered Mikel to Botafogo. Botafogo is interested, but the conversation just began. And I think a few days ago, Mikel gave an interview to an international channel, and he said that Botafogo really was after him, and he was thinking about this negotiation, and his future is not defined yet. We heard about for Botafogo that Mikel is a good name, is a name who is very interesting to the club right now, but they don't have some lots of information because the coronavirus stopped this conversation. And after this crisis, they will start his agents and make a good proposition and see the price and another things to know if Mikel is really a name who fits in the reality of the club today, because Botafogo started before Mikel negotiation with another African, Yaya Touré, and the negotiation was not okay because Yaya had a lot of things to do in England, and he couldn't came to Brazil right now, so Botafogo stopped and ended this negotiation, and then Mikel was offered in the middle of this crisis, so Botafogo couldn't do lots of things because the crisis. But the club would like to have another star in the team this year. In the beginning of the year, hired Case Honda, the Japanese, who made this success in Milan and around the world, and the club thinks that Mikel is a very good option.
Okay, before I let you go, Emanuelle, everybody thinks that Neymar is supposed to be the next Pelé, the next Ronaldo, the next Ronaldinho. And some people, I spoke with Giovanni Eba when he came in, and he said that he should go back to Barcelona. I want to ask you this. Do you think that, what are people saying in Brazil? Are they saying that he should stay with Paris Saint-Germain? Because so many Brazilians have also played for Paris Saint-Germain, Thiago Silva, Leonardo, and a host of all these other players that have played for Paris Saint-Germain. Do you think that Neymar should stay with Paris Saint-Germain, or he should move back to Barcelona?
Yes, here in Brazil, the fans have a lot of opinions about Neymar. I think the right choice now for Neymar would go back to Barcelona. I think he was okay there. He had a good company, yes, Suarez and Messi. And in that time, he made the wrong choice to go to PSG, and his career didn't went so good. And
but he's making a lot of money.
Yes. But I think Neymar thought a lot of money until here in his career, and it was not okay until now, because we know that Neymar has a huge talent, and he's our best name, the best name from Brazil right now, playing football in the world. But he made a lot of wrong choice along during his life, and I think one of these wrong choice was going to PSG. But now, with this possibility, I think it would be a good idea to him go back to Barcelona and make his name. Who knows, he can be the star that Brazilians wait for.
Okay, but now before I let you go, there is one player in Arsenal that is really giving everybody reason to think again. His name is Gabriel Martinelli. You know him?
No.
He plays for Arsenal, the striker, the Brazilian small.
Yeah. See, yeah. Okay.
So, do you think that how does Brazilian people rate Gabriel Martinelli in Brazil? How do they rate him?
I couldn't understand. Sorry.
Okay, I say, how do you people rate what's it called, Gabriel Martinelli in Brazil? What do you people say about him?
What people say about him?
Yes, about Gabriel Martinelli. Yes, about the striker, the Arsenal striker.
Yes. Yeah. The England Championship, the Premier League, is has a lot of fans in Brazil. So Brazilians like to watch the championship, and Martinelli has a lot of fans here too, because he's young yet. He's not just he's starting his career yet, and what I can hear about him here is that they wait a lot of him, but I don't think he's just the only one that Brazilians are watching now, because Brazilians had a lot of hope about Neymar, and it didn't. He didn't. I think he didn't deliver what Brazilians hope until now. And I think Martinelli, for example, can't do it alone too. So I think it's a job for the players and the national team to mold now, to think about this player and all the team to make a new team, and to make Brazilians trust again. I think.
Okay.
I'm not here so good now.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time. How do I say it again? Obrigado. Yes.
Yes. Obrigado.
Chinada. All right. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for your time.